This is the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco. Brought to you by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Tastes like Miller time. Albertsons and Tom Thumb, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys. Luepke, the official bootmaker of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com, make your crypto play today. Buffalo Wild Wings. If it's game day, Buffalo Wild Wings is the place to be. Altec Lansing. Just listen with Altec Lansing, perfecting sound since 1927. And by Omni. Omni Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, your hosts, Nicole Hutchison and Brad Sham.
Welcome, everybody. It's the Cowboys Hour. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. A hearty bunch at Sidecar Social tonight. The Look Ahead Monday fan club. I like that. I like that. And we are not in the normal big room because it's the time of year it is. And so the big rooms get rented out when they have a chance. So we are in what is known as the patio. We are not outside on a patio, thank goodness. But we are, if you drop by Sidecar Social, it's great, very comfortable. You'll find friends in here tonight, and Nicole and I will be back in the regular spot next Monday night. We're thrilled to be here, and I've been looking forward to this conversation almost all year. Hunter Luepke, the Cowboys' Swiss Army knife, is our guest. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, but really, I just love Hunter's story and who he is and the things that he does. So the whole objective of this, after we force Hunter to break down every single thing that happened last night, is with whatever time we have left, we're going to do what we normally do, which is give Cowboy fans an opportunity to get to know who Hunter is in a little bit more depth. So we welcome all of you who are listening to us on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network, wherever you are. Special thanks to those of you who have braved the cold to join us on the patio. Is it in the patio or on the patio?
Technically, that's a great question.
Yeah,
well, technically this is like
enclosed.
in the patio, if you want to.
Right, because it's enclosed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think it's in
Okay,
the
well,
patio.
it's the patio at Sidecar Social. Thanks for coming is what I'm trying to say. And to all of you who are watching whenever and wherever, streaming on DallasCowboys.com. Hi, nice to see you. Thanks very much. So Hunter Luepke is a Swiss Army knife is the best way to put it. You could say he's a fullback, but that would really just be cutting so short all the things you do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think especially this year, just being able to expand my role with the offense. You know, I'm taking third down snaps, 2-minute snaps, a couple of snaps here and there at tight end too. So just trying to be, as versatile as I can on Sundays. So
when they signed you, rookie free agent, did they say? Now Mike McCarthy, and we'll get into this, but Mike had a vision for what he wanted you to do because he's had guys who had a somewhat similar versatile bag of tricks, especially in his years in Green Bay. Did he specify to you when the Cowboys signed you last year, this is what we have in mind for you?
Yeah, I think, just with all the conversations I had with him throughout the draft process and Coach Blasco, they had a clear-cut plan. They knew they wanted to use me as a fullback. They mentioned stuff about running back too, and then I think after last year they kind of talked to me a little bit more about tight end stuff too. So that's kind of been their vision ever since they've been talking to me in the beginning. So
go ahead.
How much pride do you take in yourself being so valuable and so versatile?
Yeah, I think you kind of have to at the fullback position. I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's dying out, but you see less and less every year. So you gotta make up ways to get out on the field, and you gotta be as versatile, whether it's offense or special teams. So
I remember a brief conversation with you earlier this year, and I was really tickled because I was asking Hunter about, okay, you got to do things on special teams. Now that's tight end, tailback, which is what you were in school. Now you're a fullback, and isn't it hard to move from one thing to another and learn all that stuff. And I was really tickled because you were so earnest. He said, "No, that's fun. Football's fun, right?" Is that your attitude?
Yeah, I mean, you're always learning in this game, and I think that's the fun part about football in the NFL. And I mean, you're always learning. You're always trying to get better. The more you know, the better you play. The more confident you are. So, I mean, I try to learn as much as I can, and talk to the vets whenever I can to get their knowledge too. So.
How much throughout the week do you split your time with like the tight end room and the running backs room? How do they split that up?
Yeah, so I spend most of my time on Wednesdays with the tight ends, just going over some of the stuff I have with them, and then the rest of the week I'm with the running backs. Coach Blasco does a good job incorporating fullback stuff in those meetings, and then all the protection stuff that I'll have that week and everything like that.
So football's fun. That's your right. That's your. If we look for a motto for you, that's pretty close to it.
Yeah.
So how much fun was it last night?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we played, a pretty good game throughout. I mean, there were a couple plays. I mean, we wish we all would have had back, obviously, but I thought, offense did a really good job running the ball, and we were efficient in the pass game as well, and the defense, did a really good job, throughout the game, holding a really high-scoring offense to, only 27 points. So
you were real confident since week 4, since the beginning of the season, of where this running game could go, and seeing it kind of now find its identity. You're seeing a guy like Rico Dowdle have career days. Just how good does that feel? Yeah,
I mean, it's awesome. Seeing Rico have the success that he's been having is, great to see. I love that guy. Really good leader in the running back room, along with Zeke and, Delvin, and, everybody in that room is just always trying to, make each other great, and, that's great to see. But, I'm really excited with where this running game has been going these last couple of weeks. I mean, I know we struggled early in the season, but, yeah, it's just really awesome to see, like, the running back get going, or the running game get going.
How do those guys push you?
Just with protection stuff, they try to help me on what they see as far as some of the blocking schemes, how they work, what's going on in their minds when they're running the ball if I'm in there, just how to attack leverages with my blocks depending on where the zone scheme is going or something like that. So they've been really helpful with that.
When last week, was it only last week, Chauncey Golston was here, and we talked about the improvement in the defense. Clearly, getting some people back healthy helped, but also the defense has been playing better. And he had really interesting and very clear thoughts about sometimes it just takes time to, learn the new language, and obviously they're in a whole new system with a new coordinator. But I would also say that it looks like, and along the lines of what Nicole's talking about and you're discussing with the running game, and not exclusively the running game, it just seems like the offense is a little smoother, a little more of what you want it to be the last few weeks. Do you have an explanation for that?
I think we kind of just, kind of all looked in the mirror. We knew what we had to do, and we weren't executing at the best level in the beginning of the season. And, we just looked at that. We looked at our film, and, we took pride in the walkthroughs and the practices and just pushing ourselves there. We've incorporated new meetings where like the running backs, the O-linemen, and the tight ends are all just sitting in the meeting, just the players, and we're talking through schemes and plays and stuff to, what is the running back seeing? How are the linemen trying to fit this zone combination? So, I mean, I think that's all contributed a lot to, like, the mesh that we've been gaining these last couple of weeks.
Who led the way for those meetings? To begin those meetings, sorry. So
for the running back tight end meetings, the first couple of weeks it was Zach Martin, and then now it's been Big Brock Hoffman. So.
Yeah, he seems to me like he'd get everybody fired up pretty well.
Oh yeah. He's got some juice to him.
How normally a night home game, you've got a beautiful little baby who I'm sure was up when you got home last night, making you forget that the game had a result. How long does it take you to get to sleep after a game, regardless of the result?
That's tough. I think last night we...
Keep in mind your wife is there. I can ask her. I can verify all of this with her.
I think we got home around 12:15 last night, and I probably went to bed around 1:30-ish.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it must be great to be young. I can't remember, but holy cow. So does a difficult game like that keep you up anymore? Is it harder to digest today?
I think whenever you lose a game, it's pretty hard to digest. Kind of sit up and think of what you could have done better. You watch the film, you kind of critique yourself. But, I mean, the biggest thing I've learned from talking with, some of the vets is you got to move on. We have a game next week. We start new game planning tomorrow. Watching film on the Panthers. I was watching film on the Panthers today, so you just got to move on. That's the business. So.
How many days of the week did North Dakota State play on? Were all your games on Saturdays?
Yeah, all of them on Saturdays except for maybe one or two playoff games.
Yeah, the playoff games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you weren't in school playing on a Monday and a Thursday. And,
no.
And so this is, you had to learn how to do this, didn't you? Like tell your body it's not as tired and sore as it feels, and also learn how to study everything with one or two fewer days.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as like your body goes, last year I looked a lot at like guys like Brandon Cook and Zach Martin, guys who, have been doing this for a long time, who know their process and know what it takes to go from a Sunday night game to a Thursday night game. Like the way they operate was something that I really studied last year and have taken into effect myself this year, which I think has really helped. And as far as studying play wise, I mean, it's just a little extra studying at night. It's nothing that I don't try to make it too big of a deal. I just try to keep as normal of a process as I usually do on any other week. But yeah.
How do you move on mentally after a tough loss like that for the quick turnaround?
Yeah, I mean, I think getting home and seeing the little one and my wife every day. I mean, that's kind of a switch for me to just move on. I get to be present with them, and then the next day I'm in the office.
There she is. Yeah.
She's answering back.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. The great thing is she doesn't care.
No.
She doesn't care, and or the dog.
Yeah.
Either one. They don't care. They don't even know you play.
Exactly.
They're just glad you're home. That's the beauty of it. Beneath this calm exterior of Hunter Luepke lies a real competitor, and we're gonna scratch below the surface a little bit and get to know the Cowboys fullbacks / whatever else they want him to do a little bit better. We are at Sidecar Social tonight, and tonight only.
In the patio.
In the patio. Thank you very much. We'll be right back with Hunter Luepke on the Cowboys Hour.
Tom Thumb.
Go Cowboys! Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco.
And tonight only in the patio at Sidecar Social, because it's Tuesday night and it's Christmas time and people are renting rooms and having parties. That's what's going on. And you can have your big event at Sidecar Social. See, I just gave him a plug.
I like that.
And Nicole and I will be back in the big room. I'm Brad Sham with Nicole Hutchison, our special guest, Cowboys fullback Hunter Luepke. And we will be back on our regular spot on Monday night next week. Nicole and I, Hunter won't be here. We're not going to ask Hunter to do this 2 weeks in a row. Listening to you just a few minutes ago, you are, and I alluded to this getting into the break, you're so low-key. You're so even-keeled, so calm. And then when we watch you play, that's not that guy, and you couldn't be completely that guy. Do you flip a switch? What do you think your personality is on the field?
Yeah, I think I try to be as even keel as possible. Just inside the facility, I try to be as professional as I can be. But then, once you get in between those white lines, I mean, you have to flip a switch. You have to be as physical and as, professional at the same time as possible. But you have to have a little grit out there on the field. So as soon as I strap that helmet up, put my mouth guard in, and step over that white line, I mean, it's go time.
So you're not talking much trash.
No, I don't talk trash. I like to let the play do the talking, like you said.
Has that always been your demeanor when you're playing football? Just a little different than off the field?
Ever since high school, I mean, I haven't been a really big trash talker. I've always kind of been an even keel kind of guy. So.
Is that something that you say in high school, but is that something that you kind of was taught before high school, maybe, or no?
I think that's kind of like how I was brought up, just trying to, not be someone with a really, really high ego. Just kind of be humble and, just put your nose down and get the job done. Kind of work ethic, and then, I read. A couple of David Goggins books in college, which is kind of his mindset too. Is just shut up and get the job done. So I mean, a lot of that stuff is just how I'm wired, I guess. So
we're talking about now. This is very much a Midwestern Wisconsin, which is where you're from, mentality and approach. So many guys I've known, especially from Wisconsin, from the state of Wisconsin, it seems to me, like just salt of the earth, do your job, keep your head down. Doesn't mean you don't have a good time, but yeah. So let's talk about your high school career. Spencer, is that right?
Yep.
Spencer High School?
Spencer High School.
So did you have to was it a small school?
Yeah, I think
small town?
We had, I think, 1,900 people in town, and then I graduated with a class of 52.
52 folks.
Yeah, 52.
Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody.
So tell me if I'm right about this, your high school actually had to combine with another high school to have athletic teams, right?
Yeah, so we combined with a Catholic school in Marshfield, Wisconsin, which is like 10 minutes away. And I think my senior year we had 24 kids total on the football team. So everybody played both ways. Some guys who played varsity also played JV. So I mean, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
How did that inform your approach to what you have done since? Small group, everybody does everything. It's just a little different than what some guys grow up with.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really, you find out who really loves football and who doesn't. I mean, I was playing probably about 50 or 60 snaps a game, probably more, playing offense, defense. I was a returner in high school. I kicked.
You kicked?
Tried to kick as.
Hold on.
Probably like 1 for 20 on field goals my senior year.
Does Coach Fossil know this?
I don't know if he knows that.
Are you in the
actually.
lineage? I'm always, we get these depth charts every week. I'm digressing now for a minute. We get these charts, these three deeps, and you can look and you can see who's listed as the left guard and the backup left guard. But no one will tell you, and sometimes it's guarded as a dadgum state secret, who's the backup holder and who's the backup kicker and who's the backup punter. Are you any of those people?
I don't think they'd want me a backup kicker or punter, but
Holder?
I could hold if Bones tells me I'll do the job.
Have you ever done it?
I have not done it actually.
I
I've done
really
it in practice.
I want you to have a conversation with my broadcast partner Babe Laufenberg, who I know loves talking to you, because Babe, when he played in the NFL, was an outstanding holder, and he's got a great story about he was playing in a big college All-Star game. Went to Indiana, played in a big college All-Star game, and never held until the All-Star game. And you would enjoy talking to each other about learning how to do that. Now, I didn't hear anything about long snapping in there.
I tried long snapping, and that didn't go very well at all either. So.
All right, so if anything happens to any of the three guys, we're not necessarily looking for you to step in.
No.
Okay. I want to know more about the experience of playing. So was a small classification in Wisconsin in high school?
We were Division 5, and it goes from 1 to 7 in Wisconsin.
1 is the biggest?
1 is the biggest,
okay.
And then 7 is the smallest.
Okay, and so what was that like when as you got out and were teammates with guys, and certainly now are teammates with guys who went to big schools, and you think it was any different?
I don't think it was a whole lot different. I mean, you play against, maybe smaller competition. I think it's all still really competitive. It's about how you push yourself in high school, I think, is the big thing. It's how determined you are and how motivated you are to reach your goals. I mean, I've had my goal. I had my goal to reach the NFL ever since I was in middle school. So.
In middle school?
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many kids in your middle school?
It was probably.
Your wife is grinning over there. I got to find out the real stuff later.
6th, 7th grade,
Yeah.
6th, 7th, 8th grade, probably about 100 kids.
And 52 in the high school.
In my class.
In your class, in the grade, in the class.
200 in high school.
Yeah, and so 100 kids, and you have it put in you from somewhere that, I think I want to play in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, my family, being in Wisconsin, we're diehard Packer fans until recently. They all switched over for me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
But, we grew up.
I'm sure they all look great in blue.
Oh, yeah, they do. But, growing up, I mean, watching, Aaron Rodgers, Donald Driver, that was actually my first number I ever wanted to get was number 80 because of Donald Driver, but that was taken, so I was number 70 as a running back in junior Pee Wee.
Number 70, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean, just growing up watching all those guys and, playing with my buddies at recess, I mean, we played football as hard as we could every single day. You love the game, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. But, yeah.
You had talked about also in high school that you had to play both sides. And did you play linebacker, defensive end, running back? What other positions did you play?
Safety.
I played a little bit of safety, linebacker.
I was guessing, by the way. I did not know that.
A little bit of wildcat quarterback.
Goodness.
Was 2 for 3 in high school, 7 yards.
What did you pull from each position just to help you mold you into the player that you are today?
Like as far as,
as a fullback, tight end. So pulling from being a linebacker in high school or defensive end, what did you pull exactly from those positions to help you?
I think just knowing some of their keys and how they're reading stuff. I mean, obviously, I don't know as much about those positions as, some other guys do playing in college and whatnot, but just having some of the basics of what their reads are. If they see a fullback in the game, what are they thinking is coming at them? But then again, a lot of it has to do with studying their film as well.
How much do you study the game?
I'd say quite a bit. I mean, I try to watch every single pressure that the other team brings every single week. Whether that's on third down, first or second, I'll make a cut up and I'll watch that. We'll watch a lot of their explosive runs, and then I get to do a linebacker report on each one of their linebackers, see how they play versus zone coverage, man coverage, zone schemes for running game, gap schemes, just how they rush in general, if they have any counter moves to their main rush. But I mean, it's a lot of film, but I mean, it's fun.
Sounds like you enjoy it.
I do. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
The linebacker report, is that something that you have to just like talk about in the room, or is that something you have to type up? How does that work?
We'll get like a sheet in the beginning of the week, and I'll write down my notes on there. I'll pull a few clips up, and then it's the day before the game, usually Saturdays. I'll get together with the tight end group and the running back group, and I'll present what I found in the film, and other guys can chime in on what they see as well. But it's kind of just talking about what their player personality kind of is and what their MO is.
What do you enjoy more, throwing the key lead block in a goal line situation that opens the door for a touchdown, or scoring the touchdown?
It's tough. I think probably both. I mean, whenever we're scoring touchdowns, it's fun. So it doesn't matter if I'm scoring or if Rico or Zeke or whoever else it is scoring. I mean, it's a good time when we get 6. So
we're just getting started with the Cowboys Swiss Army knife Hunter Luepke. I refuse to just call you fullback. There's just too much else going on. We are in the patio at Sidecar Social at the Star District in Frisco. And Nicole,
This segment.
You knew this was coming, didn't
I
you?
knew it. The show is brought to you by Albertsons. When it comes time to shop for tailgate favorites, go to Albertsons and Tom Thumb. Get 10% off your groceries every Dallas Cowboys game day when you wear your Cowboys jersey. Albertsons and Tom Thumb, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys.
We'll be right back with Hunter Luepke on the Cowboys Hour.
Cowboys football.
Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco.
Welcome back. Thanks for being with us tonight, wherever you are, and especially those of you who have come out to the patio at Sidecar Social to see Hunter Luepke, our special guest tonight. I'm Brad Sham with Nicole Hutchison, and we still have Hunter in high school in Spencer, Wisconsin, and so we got to finish there so we can get you on to college. Do you think that you went all 4 years North Dakota State?
5.
5 years North Dakota State. One of the best smaller college programs. How many national championships did you win?
3.
In 5 years.
3 in 5 years, yeah.
Do you think that playing 5A football in Wisconsin kept you from being recruited more heavily? And I don't even know how heavily you were recruited by Big Ten schools and schools in the Midwest. Did you have any ambition to stay closer to home or go to Wisconsin or any of that?
Yeah, I wanted to be a Badger all the way growing up in my childhood. Just not how things shook out for me. And then, just talking with North Dakota State's staff when I was coming in, they originally wanted me as a linebacker, and I went to camp and I did stuff at both linebacker and fullback, and I got to build a really good relationship with my college coach, Tyler Roll, who was a really big mentor in my life. So, I built a fantastic relationship with him at that camp, and I kind of knew, then and there that, it didn't matter. NDSU was going to be my home, so.
Now, you talked about having an inkling as early as junior high about wanting to play in the NFL. All right, now you're with North Dakota State. And how do those dreams grow and accelerate as you go along and go to a school a little bit far away from home, but turns out to be a phenomenal program?
Yeah, their track record speaks for itself. They have, I think we have double digits in the NFL. We've won multiple national championships. It's a great culture over there. That's what they speak on every single year is, NDSU's culture. And
the Bison?
Yep. They just do everything the right way. They kind of try to mold you into, a great human being as well. And, they teach you so much other than, just football. And I think that goes a long way. And, as far as, it being another step to my ultimate goal. And, that's what my position coach, Tyler Roll, I told him the first time we ever talked. I said that was my goal. And he said,
before you were in school?
Yeah. I said that was my goal. And, he talked to me last year during the draft process, and he said, I knew you were serious when you said that. And he said he wrote it down, and he said he tried to help me as much as I could try to, obtain my goal as well. So, so much love for, North Dakota State and that program and everything like that. So,
How you talk about the culture at North Dakota State? How does the culture there have similarities to the Dallas Cowboys culture?
I think you look at the team room that we have, and trust the process is up there. That was really big at NDSU. Humility is up there. That was really big at NDSU. Knowing your role was really big at NDSU. So there's so many similarities between the Cowboys and North Dakota State, which was really cool to see. First, walking into the Star facility. So,
did you hope and or expect to be drafted?
I think I hoped I would have been drafted. I knew, just having that shoulder injury my senior year, that was probably going to ding me up a little bit, not being able to do everything at the combine and, at pro day. But I think it worked out for the best, really. I feel like Dallas is my home, our home. So, I was really excited when I got the call from Coach Mike McCarthy and, Coach Bones and Coach Blasco and everybody like that. So
you weren't terribly disappointed at not being drafted, especially having had the injury?
Yeah, no, I mean, just being a part of, the NFL and this organization, I mean, it's truly a blessing every day. So
Did you talk to Mike during the pre-draft process or during the draft or anything like that?
I didn't get to talk to him during the pre-draft, but as the draft was going on, he called me a couple times and just expressed how much they would like to have me here and everything like that.
So the kid who grew up a big Packer fan and looking up to Aaron Rodgers and Donald Driver is now getting a call from their coach and the guy who took them to the Super Bowl. What was that like?
I mean, it was fantastic. I mean, it was just me and my wife at our little apartment in Fargo, and my face lit up, her face lit up. I mean, I texted my mom that, I just got a call from Mike McCarthy, and she had to go and tell everybody, and my uncles and aunts too. I mean, it was just,
So that was a big deal in Spencer.
Yeah, really big deal. Still is a big deal.
The players always talk about how Mike McCarthy's such this player-led coach.
Yeah.
What are the conversations like, and what's the chemistry like between you and McCarthy?
I mean, I think it's great. He's always he knows, like, fullbacks, especially having John Kuhn and Ripkowski, both guys that I watched growing up. Like, he knows how to use the fullbacks, and he knows, like, with his offensive scheme, he knows what he wants to see from a fullback. So I mean, it's really, really cool just seeing his knowledge of the game and how he treats us players and stuff too.
You're not as big as Kuhn, as I recall, are you? Are you similar?
I'm not sure his
wasn't a
exact
giant.
size, but he was a big dude.
Yeah, I mean, he. When I think of a fullback, of course, Darryl Johnston was here, and who also was a tailback in college at Syracuse. But today it's probably Juszczyk who is the prototype, and he's bigger. So does not being whatever a bigger size fullback, has that ever been an impediment to your being effective at it?
I don't think so. I think you just have to play with your strengths, and then there's obviously weaknesses in everybody's game. You just got to work at those. Try to work at those every single day, and try to strengthen those and play to the best of your ability, I guess. So
I heard you say you did a little Wildcat quarterback. Was it? Did you say high school or
high school, and then probably 2 snaps in college.
Okay, and did I hear 3 out of 7?
2 out of 3 for 7 yards.
2 out of 3 for 7. I knew
Yeah.
there was a 7.
Yeah.
2 out of 3. Does Schottenheimer know that?
I don't think so either. I'm trying to keep that on the down low as well. I don't think I
Why?
I don't think I could throw a NFL pass. I think I'd be
What are you talking about?
shaking a little bit too much.
Well, if you practiced it.
Possibly.
You got
but
guys that, did you see tape of this team a couple of years ago? They had offensive tackles catching touchdown passes and defensive ends catching. Chauncey caught a 2-point conversion
that
last
is
year,
true.
right?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So why in the world would the fullback who has taken snaps in competitive games not be able to catch everybody off guard?
Might have to talk to Shotty about
I'm
that.
saying, it's what I'm trying to say to you.
Talk to him during the install meeting tomorrow.
I think that would be a very good idea. I really do. All right, we're going to take our last break. Much more to come with Hunter Luepke and Nicole. Whom did you say? See,
I got
she
it.
has to boot up.
I got it.
She has to boot up. Whom did you say is helping us with these programs?
Luke Casey.
That's
Stand
what I
tall
thought.
while you're tailgating or cheering in the stands with the Dallas Cowboys collection by Luke Casey. Shop the collection today at Luke Casey's 6 DFW locations or online at LukeCasey.com. Luke Casey, the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Right back with Hunter Luepke on the Cowboys Hour.
Go Cowboys! Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco.
And welcome back to the Cowboys Hour. Brad Sham, Nicole Hutchison, our special guest, Hunter Luepke. And we'll get audience questions for Hunter in just a minute, but I don't want this time to escape us without rounding out a little bit more about people having a chance to know a little bit more about you. You will be 25 in February,
Yep.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Just a gorgeous little 11-month-old baby daughter.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you and Sadie been married?
We have been married since 2022.
How long have you known each other?
We've known each other since second grade, and then we've been dating since the end of 8th grade.
So she's been stalking you, or you her, one or the other. So, I mean, that's a heck of a great story. That's just a feel-good story.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about Sadie's background in football.
Yeah, so...
Is that all right, Sadie? Do you mind? Okay, thanks.
She
Like,
was
what
on,
the hell are you going to do about it now? Because I already did that.
She was on the second grade junior Pee Wee team with all of us. She was the tight end. She was faster than probably every single one of us on the team, and probably one of our better players. But yeah, she played a couple years of junior Pee Wee football for Spencer, and then switched over to cheerleading, and then volleyball, softball, basketball, pretty much everything. So.
And did she also go to NDSU?
No, we did long distance
Ooh.
for a couple years.
Was that the big test?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadie said, yeah.
Yeah, she was at Mankato in Minnesota.
Minnesota,
so it was
Mankato
about
State, yeah.
4.5 hours. But we tried to see each other as much as we could. But during COVID, she moved up to Fargo, and then we've been together ever since.
Was Sadie the only girl playing in the program in junior Pee Wee?
No, there was another girl that was on a different team. She was also a tight end. But two girls in the Spencer junior Pee Wee program. But
so she understands the game, which means she understands a player's mentality and.
I'd say I think she's throughout the years she's been trying to learn as much as she could.
Trust me, she knows more than you think. Just trust me on that. She knows way more than you think.
Well, yeah, she's definitely one of my biggest fans and supporters, and she gets what I have to go through on a day-to-day basis, which is really helpful. And her being with Lou most of the time when I'm gone, it just eases me a lot too. So it makes my life a heck of a lot easier.
Does she watch tape with you?
I don't make her watch tape with me.
No, make. Does she make? She can say, "I want to watch tape with you."
She'll watch all the games on Saturdays and stuff too. So or Sundays, sorry, but not the tape.
Okay, okay. You may be missing a resource there. I'm just saying. But there's plenty of time for that. All right, let's get some questions from the audience over here. Thanks.
Good evening, Hunter. My name is Rambo.
Good evening.
So I've asked some players in the past what's the biggest difference between college and high school football. One of the things that they said was they weren't expecting to have a little bit more time on their hands being in the pros. So with that being said, since you have your beautiful family here, what are one of the things, your hobbies you like to do in the DFW area when you're not playing football?
I think me and my wife are kind of foodies, and then I think the little one is starting to be as well. She'll eat anything that's put in front of her, but we like to go around and try different spots around the area. We got 2 dogs too, so we'll go to the dog park, we'll play fetch with them. Like to do a lot of hiking, and I'm gonna try to get all of us into like some biking during this off season. Try to get like one of those little baby cargo things for Luella, so a bunch of stuff like that.
What's y'all's go-to restaurant?
We like
Besides Sidecar Social,
of course.
Go.
We live over in kind of near McKinney, so we like Cadillac Pizza. It's downtown. Wood-fired pizza. It's fantastic if you haven't tried it. So
Never had it before.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta try it.
what is if you're going to blow it out, it's your anniversary. Baby, we're going out to the best dinner that we can get to. Where are we going?
Actually, the last couple of anniversaries, we went to Three Forks over here in Frisco.
All right, not bad.
That's one of our spots to go to. Otherwise, I want to take her to D. Lincoln.
Yes,
right down the street here.
Very good.
That's fantastic too. So.
Okay, we'll talk. I've got a couple of suggestions for you. Go ahead.
Hello, Larry from McKinney. Now I know you're one of my neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful of Larry, by the way.
Anyway, what I'm not concerned, but curious is, are you a big coffee drinker, or what is your favorite drink? If not, any of the other Cowboys big coffee drinkers?
I love coffee. Yeah, I probably have 3 or 4 cups in the morning. I make one before I leave in the morning, and then I get probably 2 or 3 once I get to the facility. So yeah, I'm a big coffee drinker.
3 or 4.
I got something for you down the road.
Perfect.
You said 3 or 4 in the morning, and 3 or 4 during the day.
Just 3 or 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not during the day.
I thought we had like 6 or 8 cups of coffee going
So
on.
No,
my math
no.
wasn't math.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How you doing? I'm Tony.
Nice to
Dallas.
meet
God forbid Zach Martin should retire.
Well, someday he's going to retire now.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. But,
Yeah. Just trust me.
and they don't retire that number. Would you consider going to get your number 70?
No, I don't know about the number 70 anymore. I was glad to get rid of that and get to number 44 in Pee Wee. So
I'm not sure they'd let. I know they've loosened the rules in the NFL, but I'm not sure they'd let a running back wear a 70 number. And I also think it's going to be a little while before anybody wears 70 around here when Zach's done with it. The Cowboys don't retire numbers, but is Rayfield the only number 70 in the Ring of Honor right now? Ring of Honor and Hall of Fame, I believe that's right. But there's a pretty good Rayfield, right? There's a pretty good lineage of 70s, so it'll be a while before they'll give that out other than in training camp.
You were talking about your number, though, and where it comes from, and your dad. Can you just tell the people about what you were saying?
yeah, so my dad was number 44 in high school, so that was my number growing up through Pee Wee and junior Pee Wee and college, and then my college coach was number 40 in college at NDSU, and then he played a little bit for the Seahawks, so that's why I chose number 40 now. So
Excellent.
Yeah.
Other sports? Did you play other sports?
yeah, I was a wrestler in high school, and then I played a little bit of baseball as well. So
Did you go to like state in wrestling? No.
yeah, I was a 2-time state champ in Wisconsin for wrestling at
Oh, by the way.
You say that modestly, like
Yeah.
just one state twice.
yeah,
That's
197 and 220 junior and senior year, and then baseball. I pretty much played every position I could, which was pretty fun.
Your favorite was?
Football, of course.
No,
but
position. Baseball
Oh.
position.
baseball. I like playing shortstop just because I was a lefty, and everybody told me I couldn't play there. But the coach threw me in there for probably a couple innings here and there.
Oh, my mind is reeling. I'm just trying to picture all of the difficulties of playing shortstop as a
It
left-hander.
was so much fun. Yeah.
How was your range?
Well, I could throw the ball a little bit.
So what kind of hitter were you?
I'd say I was more of a contact hitter. I wasn't really trying to crush the ball every time. I was trying to hit doubles and triples. So.
And how far could you have taken that if you wanted to?
I got talked to by a couple college coaches for baseball, but my mind was set. Ever since I was young, I wanted to be a football player.
And there was no possibility of playing both sports?
No, I think I just wanted to focus on playing one and being the best I could at one in college. So.
Year 2 now for you with the Dallas Cowboys. What's the experience been like, and how do you feel like you've grown as a player in just the 2 years you've been here?
I mean, it's been fantastic. Being a part of the NFL is always a dream. Was always a dream of mine, and it's a dream of so many. So, I'm truly blessed to be a part of this organization, and one thing that, I wanted to really improve on from year 1 and year 2 was just the way the way that I handled my business outside of, meetings and football, how I'm taking care of my body, how my diet's going, my film study, I wanted to get that a little bit better. So that was a lot of stuff that I tried to get better at throughout the off season, which I think have helped a lot this year going through the season, because the season's long, so you got to keep your body and your mind right.
Are you having any easier time? I mean, you in the football championship, you would have played how many playoff games?
We'd play 3 or 4, depending on if we got by.
So you could play 16 games.
Yeah.
And now you're playing 20, including preseason.
Mm-hmm.
So hard last year when you get to about 17 or 18?
I mean, I don't think it was. I mean, obviously it's NFL and not college, but I kind of had that mindset going into it. Like I've been through that going through NDSU. Like I didn't get to go home for holiday vacations. I was there for school and for football as well. So I've gone through those long stretches. So that rookie wall that everybody talks about wasn't as difficult for me.
How did your diet change? What was something that was, I guess, a problem with your diet in your opinion?
I mean, I wouldn't say there was a problem.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, watch what I'm eating healthier, not eating as much red meat as I used to in the past. So,
we got about less than a minute left. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm what I want to be when I grow up right now. This is what I've always wanted to be, and
So you're planning to play until you're like 50 or 60 or something like that?
I want to be in sports some way. After I'm done in the NFL, whether that be a coach or an analyst or something. I mean, sports have what's gotten me here today, and I love the game. So
For the Cowboys, right?
yeah, of course.
The world's your oyster, and you'll be good at whichever of those things you decide to do. Hunter, thanks for being with us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Sadie, thanks for being a good sport. Let me pull you in. Hunter Luepke, everybody, and so have a great short week. Feels normal to you, but it's a short week for the Cowboys. Sunday in Charlotte, and then Nicole and I will be back in the big room next door at Sidecar Social next Monday, and we'll look for you then on the Cowboys Hour.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?